Hello and welcome to the Drunk Nut, aka
Drunk
the
Nut.
retelling of the Nutcracker Suite, created by and featuring Andrea Patella and Lydia Paris.
Yeah, we didn't create the Nutcracker Suite, but we're just taking our own twist on it and we're retelling it while drunk.
Yeah.
And we're pretty drunk at this point.
Yeah. Basically what you're seeing now is Clara getting ready for her party. Clara's family is throwing a Christmas party at their house.
And this is like a huge event. Like, this isn't just any old Christmas party.
Exactly. And they're basically cleaning the house, dusting the windowsills, just getting ready for guests, putting out the drinks and the hors d'oeuvres and what have you.
Yeah, there's like a maid, as always.
The maid is dusting. And right now, I'm pretty sure Sarah is saying what she wants for Christmas.
No, Clara, not Sarah.
I don't think I said Sarah.
No, I think you said Sarah. All right, keep going.
And now Clara is acting out what she wants for Christmas through movement.
And she's like, I want perhaps a nutcracker?
Perhaps a little wooden man.
Maybe a little guy that cracks nuts?
And now they're partying. The guests are arriving. They're drinking.
It's all the neighbors.
Yeah, the
all
neighbors
the
are there.
friends.
They're dancing. They're having a wonderful time. The kids, of course, are not drinking alcohol, under 21.
They're up to their classic kids shenanigans.
Yeah.
You know, kids table rules.
Kids table. They're doing puzzles. They're telling tales, and they're drinking hot chocolate.
You get the picture. It's just your classic Christmas party at the end of the day. And then someone arrives.
Yeah, so they think someone's missing from this party.
Like, we have the whole fam and friends here, but who's missing?
And that's him. It's Uncle Dross. Drosselmeyer.
He's like Creep City, but like not in a weird way. Just like, he's just like into magic as an adult.
Yeah, he's a magic adult, but he does have a weird vibe. Like, I don't think we should sell him short
He's
on
like
that.
your uncle that's like still kind of unmarried and like shows up late and like does magic tricks for everyone. And that's
But
like the vibe.
randomly, he's like really rich because he always brings really cool gifts for everyone.
Yeah, no one knows where he gets his money from. Here's
But
the first gift.
Here's a gift.
It's a life-size doll that animates on its own, and it's literally insane. Her name is Columbine.
Yeah. So she's dancing, she's waving to the kids, but she's a doll just come to life. She's twirling, she's blowing kisses to everyone. She's just like living her life at the Christmas party.
And there's like no puppet strings. It's like the doll is moving.
Yeah, and here's the second doll. This is actually Harlequin, the second gift that Drosselmeyer is giving to children. And now Harlequin's going absolutely bonkers. Just losing their minds.
Well, Harlequin and Columbine have like a little thing going on, and the soldier doll is trying to like get in the middle of it because there's 3 dolls and they're all fighting, and it's like classic doll stuff. But
now I think Fritz is getting his gift.
Yay, go Fritz! What did Fritz get for Christmas from Dross?
He got an iPad.
Woo!
Okay.
Such a sick gift.
Clara's getting her gift now.
And this is
she
the
loves
first time we see the Nutcracker. Imagine getting a Nutcracker on Christmas morning and be so thrilled that you dance and show it off to everyone at the party.
She literally loves it so much. It's her favorite gift she's ever received.
And all she wanted was a simple little doll that also cracks nuts. It like serves a purpose and it's fun.
Yeah. She's dancing so much. And then Fritz like gets kind of jealous of the attention and he breaks the doll.
Even though he got an iPad.
Yeah, it's like what was more expensive, but he still breaks it. She's really mad and Dross hops in and fixes it.
Like, thank God he knows magic. Okay.
Okay.
This is where it gets crazy.
It's midnight, and she's taking her hallucinogen, and
she sneaks back after the party ends because she needs one more look at her Nutcracker, and then she also sees a little hallucinogen and takes it.
And now she's starting to see mice appear from all corners of the room, and the entire room is growing bigger while she's staying small. It's really confusing.
Yeah. The weird thing about the mice is that they're her size, which honestly is really scary. Okay, but here's where it gets crazy.
The Nutcracker is becoming a man.
Like, literally a guy.
And he's literally hot
as hell.
He's literally hot.
Not only does her doll become life-size, but he's also hot. Like, what a win-win scenario.
I know. Okay, and now the man is summoning his soldiers, and they're fighting the mice. So the mice and the soldiers are in a
also
fight.
Dolls. So they're like toy soldiers. So suddenly everything's big. So it's like, did Clara get small or did everything get big?
And we'll leave that up to your interpretation, but currently they're in a battle. The Nutcracker and his soldiers are fighting the mice, and the Mouse King is there, and they're fighting, and they're going back and forth, and suddenly Clara steps up, and she smacks. Boom! She
hits
smacks.
the Mouse King with her point shoe. Because those are hard. They're really tough.
Right in between the eyes, on the forehead, with her point shoe. And now, do you hear those angels coming? Do you hear that noise?
That's the sound of a Nutcracker prince thanking his Clara. Right?
Exactly. And now they're being welcomed into the land of the snow.
And you're like,
and snow is falling.
You're like, hold up. Are the Nutcracker prince and Clara like lovers? Or like prince and like child? Like no one really knows. But like regardless, they're dancing with snowflakes, so it's kind of awesome.
Yeah, and the snowflakes are now come to life as humans.
Right.
They're dancing. It's literally blizzarding. It's a nor'easter. Yeah. They're getting like 14 inches.
There's a snow queen too. Like she's there with the snow king.
Yeah, the snow queen and the snow king are there, and they're welcomed.
And
they're welcomed into the land of the snow.
And that's like the end of Act 1, so it ends on quite a cliffhanger.
So that's Act 1 for you. But enjoy intermission, enjoy getting your pee out of your system and your sweets and your drinks, and we'll see you for Act 2.
But not too many sweets, because if you know what happens in Act 2, you need to be ready.
Don't fill up on sweets.
Okay. So Clara's sopping wet from the snowstorm, and she arrives in her sleigh in this new and unfamiliar land.
Yeah, her and the Nutcracker Prince come to life. They're like freezing, like they're in their night clothes. They didn't expect to be entering such a snowstorm. So they're really cold, they're wet, and they want to be taken care of.
And then suddenly they see, boom, the Sugar Plum Fairy. And she's like so elegant, you can't even believe it.
She's so beautiful, and she's with the one and only Cavalier, her partner, and they're both welcoming Clara and her prince into none other than the land of the sweets.
Yes, they're like, this is the land we inhabit. We are the sovereign leaders. It's called the land of the sweets. Get used to it. But we're not used to outsiders. So like, why did
What's
you
your
get
deal?
Here? Yeah.
Yeah. So the Sugar Plum Fairy is like, what's your deal? And Clara says, let me tell you what we've been through tonight.
And then she's like, okay, so I took this hallucinogen, and then everything got big, and then we were like fighting mice, and then my Nutcracker Prince got big, and then the Nutcracker Prince is there, and he's like, yeah, I grew to life, and Clara helped me, and we slayed the Mouse King. It's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. And so now at this point, they're like, we're really tired and cold, and honestly, we're hungry, and we could use some entertainment. And the Sugar Plum Fairy says, you know what? I know exactly what you guys need. Come here, follow me, sit on this very nice bench, and we're going to entertain you, and we're going to fill your tummies. And that's what she's doing.
And that's when chocolate appears, and this is chocolate. They're like, here, give us chocolate. And at this point, we should note that in the traditional Nutcracker, this is where it gets a little racist.
Yeah.
These are not typically named as goods, but as ethnicities.
Yeah, it kind of depends on your studio.
Yeah. It depends on your studio. This is coffee. It's very sultry and slow.
And sultry good that they're consuming. Coffee's awesome. Really delicious. Also really, really sultry. Okay, this is tea. This is Chinese tea.
Yeah, tea.
They're jumpy, they're bouncy, they're fun, and they're giving you that little caffeine kick that you need in the middle of the night.
Yeah, just straight off the coffee, you gotta follow up with tea. Okay, boo.
This is Mother Ginger and her bonbons.
No. This is
fuck.
Russian.
This is Russian. And we don't really know what the good is for Russian.
We literally don't know what good. We don't know what good to get from Russia.
They sound fun.
This is called Russian. And this is when they're doing their crazy dance. You know, they're super crazy in Russia.
Yeah, that energy kick that you need.
And then following the energy kick, you just need some light music. So this is when the reeds come in.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's marzipan, sometimes it's like wool from the sheep.
We don't really know what this is, but it's a little calming moment for Clara.
And then boom, Mother Ginger.
Now this is Mother Ginger and her little children. The bonbons are coming out of her skirt, and she's on stilts, and she's really big, and she just has so many children, and they're really delicious.
And Clara literally loves Mother Ginger, but she has to leave because the freaking flowers come out. And, like, flowers is kind of boring, but it's, like, beautiful, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's a dewdrop, and she's kind of a lead. Flowers, but, like, they don't give a good to Clara, I guess, besides, like, flowers, you know?
Yeah, it's just kind of like a calming moment, a goodbye. And this is the pas de deux between the Sugar Plum Fairy and her man's, the Cavalier. I mean, they're really beautiful together. They're kind of like, this is their moment in the spotlight. And they're kind of saying goodbye to Clara because this is the end of her journey in the land of the sweets.
Yeah, they're like, I hope you like the sweets we had to offer. And then Sugar Plum's like, Cavalier, get out of here. It's time for me to do my crazy solo. And we're like, oh, we know this song. It's from the Nutcracker because it's like the most classic one. And Sugar Plum's like, yeah, that's because I'm the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Yep. And then you really have to question
and then Cavalier
yourself.
comes back.
You have to question, like, who's the real lead of the Nutcracker Suite? Is it Clara or is it the Sugar Plum Fairy? But either way, the Cavalier is back. They're doing a little coda. They're remembering their time together, going through all the goods they gave and performances they saw.
Yeah. They do, like, a crazy lift. And then Clara's like, look, this has been good and all, and I'm stuffed to the brim with coffee and chocolate, but I really should be getting back. So all of the goods come back. And they're like, here's your tea, blah, blah, blah. We're doing a finale dance all together.
Right. They're giving her the goods for the road. They're saying, here, take these on your sleigh.
Doggy bag.
A little doggy bag to go.
She gets in her sleigh. And they're like, it was such an honor to meet you. And Sugar Plum's like, I'll never forget you.
Yeah.
And Clara is like, same.
And then snow starts to fall. Like, snow is falling, and she's going back into the land of the snow on her way back to where it all started, on her couch in her home at the Christmas party.
Right. And suddenly she's, like, really tired because, as you can imagine, she's gone through a lot tonight, and, like, she's simply sleepy.
She's just sleepy. I mean, she took the
hallucinogen is, like, it's wearing off at this point. She's sleepy, and then, like, we have to assume time passes, and then she wakes up, and she's like, what even just happened? Where am I?
And she looks in her arms, and she's holding none other than the wooden doll of the Nutcracker in doll form, not human. And she's asking herself, what the hell even happened tonight? Was that even real? Or was that a dream?
She's like, where the hell is my hot Nutcracker prince? I swear to God he was a human like 10 minutes ago. And then she's like, I guess that's just the magic of Christmas and the magic of hallucinogens. And I learned a great lesson, and it's to love your Nutcracker no matter what.
And she'll never know the truth.
And that's the end of the show.
What she does know is that she had an experience she will never forget. And that's the show.
And at the end of the day, like, that's the magic of Christmas.
Exactly. So. And that's the magic of the Nutcracker Suite. Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed the Drunk Nut, and we hope you'll join us next year for the Drunk Nut second annual edition in 2021.
I hope that everyone has a drink like we do. I hope that you learned something. I hope that if you've never seen the Nutcracker, you got a sense of what it was about. And I hope that above all, you have a very Merry Christmas.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Happy holidays.